Alright, so I finished book 4 at like 2 a.m. last night. Just sat down in bed and I read for hours. This book was equal parts so frustrating and so good. Like, the entire time you want to shake Lucy and be like, hey, you know how they're all mad at you? That is a perfectly fine reason, but you gotta tell them that. The number of miscommunications in this book run rampant. I'm not a huge fan of the miscommunication trope. I don't usually like it, and it frustrated me in this book, but I didn't feel like it was the end-all be-all of the book. There were still enough redeeming qualities that kept me reading and kept me loving it. I think something I also didn't really enjoy about the last book is just how few scenes we get between Lucy and the other characters. A lot of it is in Lucy's head and her emotional, personal struggle. And in this book, we get a lot more adventures with her side by side with Lockwood and George and Holly and Kipps, fighting these monsters, fighting these problems and these adventures. And it follows a nice overarching plot, but we also get those little TV show-esque snapshots of the different jobs that they go on. And I think that is my favorite part of these books. I love seeing just their day-to-day interactions as they go out and fight these ghosts. We also get a major reveal as to the world and the problem, and I'm waiting to see what they do with that in the 5th book, because they just opened up a whole number of possibilities that we've been wondering about for 3 books. Which, if you're in my case, that's only 3 days, which isn't really that long, but it feels that long. And if the show gets renewed, I'm assuming they have to do books 3 and 4 for the 2nd season, because the end of book 4, that is such a perfect season-ending cliffhanger. It is so good. And last but not least, something that might not sit well with some people, but I really enjoyed the way he did it, is Lucy's character development. We still get to see the tail ends of her development, but we don't get to really see too much of the beginning because there's a time jump between the books. She's already matured and she's already learned to hold in some of those frustrating emotions. So rather than being frustrated at her all book, we get to enjoy liking her character again. Alright, that is it. Stick around for book 5. Sibuna!